Everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jackie and thank you for watching. So today I'm going to be trying out and reviewing all the new Marc Jacobs coconut collection items. I just got the bronzer and the eyeshadow palette. I already had the coconut primer, and that's why I have a bare face, so sorry. The liquid highlighter. This is not the new one. They just released one that's kind of like a rose gold shade, and it's definitely for darker skin tone. So I didn't get that one because I wouldn't be able to use it. This one is the Do You Dewdrops Coconut Gel Highlighter. So I've had this for like almost a year now, and this is probably my #1 favorite liquid highlighter, so I'm going to use this today. So if you want to see my thoughts on these new coconut collection items and the look I come up with, then just keep on watching. So first I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Invisible Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. I'm pretty sure I only bought this for the packaging because it is in a gorgeous glass bottle. It's just a white liquid consistency. To me, this smells like whiskey, not coconut, but you know, that's kind of one of the reasons I don't use it. It's because the smell was just kind of off. It wasn't what I was expecting. And also, I don't really know why I bought a hydrating primer when I have oily skin. So I'm just gonna apply some foundation and concealer real quick and do my eyebrows off camera, and then I'll be back to apply the liquid highlights. Okay, now I'm gonna apply the liquid highlighter. They just released a new one. I forget what it's called, but it's a more darker rose gold shade that's more suitable for darker skin tones. So when I bought like the bronzer and the eyeshadow palette, I didn't buy that obviously because I already had this one and it wouldn't have worked for me. It would have been too dark. So I just thought I'd wear this one because this is a part of their coconut collection. This is such a good summer liquid highlighter. I got this last summer. And I used it literally all summer long. It's so good. Now we can get into an eye look with this palette. I'm just going to do something quick and simple. What I really like about this is on the back it has all the shade names and they're written in like little circles of what color it is, which I think is really helpful. So these are the colors. A lot of like light pinky tones, so it's really good for summer. You get a little mirror. It's 4 mattes and 3 shimmer shades. The only thing I wish that there was one more matte shade that was kind of like an in-between of this and this. We're just gonna start off by taking this color called Flesh and laying this down my entire eyelid, kind of just as a base. So I don't know if you can see that there is a lot of kickback when you dip into the shadows. It picks up quite a lot of product into the shade called Covets. And I'm just going to apply this as a wash of color in the crease. This color is, doesn't have like a whole lot of pigment to it, but it is buildable. As you can see, the more I add, the darker it gets. Okay, so now I'm going to go with the same brush into the shade, into the crease too, and it's called Fantasy. Really into kind of these pink colors lately. This is like a perfect pink crease shade. I just really love these colors for spring and summer. On just a more defined brush, I'm going to pick up this dark brown shade called For More and just kind of add some definition to the outer corner and crease. There is like a little bit of kickback when you put your brush into the pan, but it's nothing crazy. Going back in with that original fluffy brush, I'm just gonna blend out this crease again with no additional product, just using what's already left over on the brush from before. On a flat definer brush, I'm gonna pick up that brown shade For More again, just tightly pack this on the outer 2/3 of my lower lash line. I'm not gonna bring it all the way in. On a pencil brush, I'm gonna mix together Covets and Fantasy and just blend that lower lash line out with that. I think these two colors, Covets and Fantasy, are absolutely gorgeous mixed together. But yeah, you could see, I don't know if you can see the kickback in the pans from just dipping a pencil brush in. Then I'm just going to take that flush shade and use it to highlight the brow bone. So I'm going to try and apply this dry, and then if it's not working out, then I'll just go in with some Fix Plus. So what is this called? I'm going to go in with this shimmer shade called On the Dance Floor, and just pack this on to my lid. It's like, applies nice if you want just something subtle and kind of like a sheen. I just added some Fix Plus to my brush, so I'm just gonna tap that on here to intensify it a little bit. So for this shade, it definitely is more of like a sheer than a shimmer. So, you know, adding the Fix Plus just kind of made it more pigmented as opposed to more like shimmery intense, which is okay. I don't mind that, because this is actually looking pretty nice. And it's always good to intensify the color payoff. Okay, so now on that same brush, I'm going to go in with She Said and just kind of pack this on in the center of my eye. And then just take that fluffy brush to blend it all together. So let me just talk about prices really quickly before I move on, because these are Marc Jacobs products. They're obviously very expensive. So this eyeshadow palette, which I do really love this. The quality is good. The shadows, the colors are what I like, but this is a $49 palette. So that's kind of up to you. There are other eyeshadow palettes that I feel like do have slightly better quality, have more, come with more shadows, and are either the same price or cheaper. So although this is a good palette and the colors are nice, you get 7 shadows. It's still a $50 palette, which is kind of insane. And same with the bronzer, is also $49. This though, I would 100% recommend because you get a ton of product. This is such a huge pan. It is definitely worth the money, and it is really, really good quality. You get a huge mirror in this compact. The dewdrops are $44. This is also something that I think is really worth the money. It gives you like a beautiful, beautiful highlight. They obviously last a long time since I've had it for almost a year now. And while I have this all pulled up on my phone, this is the new one. It's called Fantasy and it's a warm rose gold shade. Anyways, moving on to the face, I'm going to start off by using this bronzer, the Coconut Marc Jacobs bronzer, to contour with. And then I'm also going to bronze with it. I always like the bronze after I contour to kind of blend out that line more. And the brush I used to contour with was the NARS Ita brush, and this is just a Tarte. I'm just going to add some blush. I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs blush in Flush and Fantasy. It looks like this. To highlight, I'm going to use Ofra Rodeo Drive. I'm just going to line my lips quickly with ColourPop BFF pencil. And I'm going to add on some Marc Jacobs lip gloss in the shade Sugar Sugar. So that completes this look using some of the new Marc Jacobs products. So my final thoughts are I love everything. I love it all. But out of everything, I would recommend the bronzer for sure. I think for $49, this is definitely worth your money, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful shade. And I would also recommend the Dewdrops. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down below what you thought and if you got anything from this collection, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.